MERCs with mics, MERCs with mics,
Yes,
MERCs with
sir.
mics,
We back
MERCs with
again,
mics,
goddamn it.
MERCs with mics,
Mercs with
MERCs
motherfucking
with
mics.
mics, MERCs
Fire
with
Team
mics,
Bravo.
MERCs with mics,
Here with no disclaimers this goddamn time.
Hell no. Hell no.
What's happening, Cuddy?
Not a motherfucking thing, man. How about you?
Oh man, it's beautiful, man. It's a wonderful day. It's Mom's birthday today. Mom's turned 60.
Oh, happy birthday, Mom.
Yeah, she she was tripping because I guess they sent her a Buckeye ticket. And I guess it's this little you know, what I'm talking about?
It took me a second. Yeah. I know.
That motherfucking
Yes,
coupon book for the
yeah, she can
senior
get free
citizens.
coffee at fucking 65 now. Free coffee at 60 and shit.
Right. She like,
Wherever you go.
motherfucker. She like, motherfucking senior citizen.
Hey,
Yes, the
man, she
fuck
got to
you
learn to
are.
appreciate that shit. Yeah.
Better, man. Shit, I wish
Yeah.
motherfucker give me some coupons for some shit.
She can go up to Arby's in the morning, hang out with the rest of them old niggas.
Wait a second, man. Do the motherfuckers still be sitting up at the McDonald's?
I think that's every McDonald's in the country because they offer free coffee, and old people like to get up and socialize.
Man, believe it or not, I have not seen that shit.
For real,
I have not seen that shit at other McDonald's.
they probably
I mean,
don't do it in California, man, because all the homeless folks.
Them motherfuckers be sitting up, and they sit up there, they sit behind there, they in the dumpster, all kind of shit. Listen, I know the motherfuckers is probably dead who used to be at the Lincoln O's McDonald's when I was coming up.
Shit, they probably died that same fucking year, nigga.
Like, I wonder, do they just pass their chair down? You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit go from Leonard, Walter, here you go.
That's fucked up. That is real fucked up.
No, look, I ain't mad at it because you know what, though? That socialization and shit is keeping them going, man.
Oh yeah. That's the only thing that keeps a lot of them going, man. Is the interactions with people, and that's why you see a lot of them cats, man. They go to work every day, man, because they
Right.
see a lot of their friends, man, just drop off as soon as they relax.
Yeah, man, and like my neighbor, man, he would not, Mr. Nick, he would not sit down. Old Puerto Rican dude. And I mean, he got to the point he would come cut our grass and shit. Like, Mr. Nick, let me do something for you. No. I'm like, Mr. Nick, why don't you go relax? He's like, man, if I relax, I'm afraid I won't wake up.
Yep.
He's like, that's why I keep doing shit. Doing shit. And it's a weird way to think about shit, man. But I mean, that's what they got to do to keep pushing, man. And you know what? Keep doing it, man. He ended up moving to Puerto Rico, man. So much love to Mr. Nick, man. But yeah, people got to do what they got to do to make it through, man. And I think that's a perfect example of that shit, brother.
Oh yeah. I mean, shit, you feel it now, man. You spend a day just laying around and watch all your joints fucking stiffen up. We hitting this shit at 40, man. I mean, just wait until you put another 20 years on that. Tag another 20 years on that, man.
Cuddy, let me tell you something. It's one thing to be comfortable because you just laying around. When I go to the gym, we just talked about this shit. When I go to the gym, the first few days, few weeks, it might hurt. But once you get into the groove, you're like, damn, man. I'm breathing better. I'm moving smoother. Oh, okay. Take a long break after that.
Mm-hmm.
See, don't your shit. You wake up like, oh, like your body. It's almost like you got to keep it pushing for your body to do what it was naturally able to do when you was younger. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't young no more. Your knees gonna let you know every motherfucking day.
Oh, every fucking little step you take.
Right. This pain will be there. That's just how that shit be, man. So listen though, before I go any further, man. Now Mrs. Coppola said that if I didn't have season 1 done by Friday, she was gonna pop her head in. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna watch this shit, but I just finished the second episode last night, and I'm already kind of like, man, do I really wanna? That shit racist in a motherfucker, man.
I mean, come on, man. We talking about Italians in the mafia, man. I mean, look, like like the man Paul Mooney once said, I don't know much about the space program, but I know a nigga when I see one. Okay.
Right.
We got to understand that Sicily, where these motherfuckers are from, used to be an emirate, meaning they were run by a Muslim country. You know, they were run by a Muslim monarchy.
Right.
So Sicilians aren't really white people.
No, they got that Moorish blood in them, that
Yeah,
black blood.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
If
And they
anybody's
hate that
allowed to say
shit.
nigga. If
But
anybody's allowed to say nigga.
at the same goddamn time, like, how many motherfucking mafia movies do it need to be in there? We gotta call somebody a nigga to make it authentic. Called the little old lady, they called her a ditsoon. I was like, what the fuck? The mother did. I was like, what the fuck is a ditsoon? It was burnt. It was a derogatory word for black people. So when I looked the word up, malignant, mulligan, Moulignan, all this shit. I was like, it ain't no shortage of words for black motherfuckers, is it? Ain't no shortage of racial epithets from every group.
No. I mean, but I come on, man. Come on. You know, everybody can catch it. And I think, you know, when we come from the places we from, man,
Right.
you know, everybody's so tight knit, you could call a motherfucker out his name and the shit was just fucking normal. Shit went back and forth, man, without going to blows.
I'm gonna be honest. I ain't had no white dude talk to me like that back home.
You ain't never had a one of them Gran Torino motherfuckers you hung around with?
Nope. Not once. Now, I forget where we was at. I had an incident when I was in the Boy Scouts and shit.
You was in the Boy Scouts?
Oh man, this shit looked like some shit out the Bad News Bears. You know how the motherfuckers ain't had uniforms? Like we was off bad. Like a motherfucker had a hat with no shirt and then the pants and some sneakers, or a motherfucker had a shirt with the little thing on it that come around the neck, but he ain't had nothing else. Another motherfucker had a whole thing, but he ain't had a little dress shoes and shit.
Yeah.
I was a Weeblo Scout. It stands for We Be Loyal Scouts. And that was right under Boy Scouts. So what we did was we would take this little trip. Camp Standby, I think is what it was called. And all these Boy Scouts with from all over Ohio would meet up. Now, mind you, these motherfuckers, all white troops.
Mm-hmm.
We the only little black troop there. And if you seen a black kid, he was probably the only one. And I remember we were playing. We were out back fucking around. And it was this little gorge or whatever, little waterway. And across there, we heard these motherfuckers calling us niggas. It was the white kids. We was like, what the fuck? It was like, I bet you we'd come over there and whoop your ass. And they started running.
Yeah, of course.
Right. But as far as that shit, no, man, because you know what? You got to think, man. I was never around them cats like that. I was never around them cats. Even when I got to Cheney, man, I had a few friends. Of course, if you go to that school, you're going to have white friends and all that shit. But they wasn't really on it. I had one cat slip, but he wasn't talking about me. He was talking about my bro. And I was like, you lucky I don't tell him because I don't want to start no shit. I said, because he whoop your ass. But it was just like he got roasted a little too much for it, man. But it's like everywhere. Look, man, I didn't hear that from them, but I heard that shit when I got to the Army. I heard this white dude call me that shit. It was another motherfucker told me. I choked the shit out this dude. And it was all because I made him wash his ass. Like, this cat had these wounds and shit. They wake you up early as hell. So you trying to get as much sleep as you can. So when you come in, 57 motherfuckers, you really ain't trying to get a shower because it's going to take time. That's what they thought. Me, I washed my ass. Because you was getting bruised up, scraped up, fucked up out there. It's dirt. And dude shit was getting infected. Plus he had an odor. So I was like, I got on him real tough one day. Dude came and told me, like, hey, homie called you out your name. I choked the shit out this motherfucker. Now I had to, I caught him in the bathroom. Motherfucker, what you call me? Hit him with that one. He was crying and shit. So Big Drill ain't do nothing about it because he knew if he got rid of me, he had to get rid of that dude. And they didn't really want to go through all that shit.
Right.
I didn't heard Hispanic motherfuckers call black motherfuckers. They got into it with mayates. I heard a Asian dude. I was standing there when these cats got to roasting. This Chinese dude, his wife was black. Listen to this. This Chinese dude, his wife was black. This cat had his son, his biological son ain't look shit like him. His biological son looked like Blair Underwood. And
Which Blair Underwood? Which one? The one from
Tanny Brown. With that movie with Sean Connery and Lawrence Fishburne, that motherfucker. He looked
the castrated one, huh?
his son looked like David Allen Greer in Soldier Story.
Oh wow.
He showed the picture, and I was looking at him like, "Yo, son." But I listened to him one day, man. He got roasted by this brother, man. Next thing I know, he was like, cat said something to him. He said something to him. And I probably shouldn't have got as mad, but he said something to him about having a little dick. The Asian cat got mad. Said, "Yeah, man. You know why your woman want me? Because all of you black men are crackheads, and all you do is stand on the corner and I don't think he knew how to roast back, but he dug down deep for the worst stereotypes.
Right.
And everybody else was laughing. I didn't think that shit was cool. I'm like, nigga, how you go from joking to that shit? And he was mad. He was mad. Like, dude hit a nerve when he said he had a little wee-wee. And so, you know what I mean? I was like, man, fuck you, nigga. I don't give a fuck if you a sergeant. So we had to have this long ass talk. He's like, oh man, I ain't mean it like that. It was just jokes. I ain't want no motherfucking jokes. That ain't how I came across. But you'll be shocked, man, how a lot of these other cultures got these fucking names for us, man.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You'll be super shocked. Like, okay, realistically, man, you won't be shocked. We black. You know what I'm saying? This shit ain't nothing new. You get disrespected one way or another. We get disrespected. So, but it's just to see how, like that. It just switched. You know what I'm saying? Cat told me, huh?
No, I'm just saying, man, we the original man, and
Hey.
you know, nobody hates like family.
Hey, there you go, man. You finna have us on some Nick Cannon shit now.
I look. Nick didn't say anything fucking wrong. He said
No, he didn't.
the goddamn truth.
Right.
And you know that's what happens when you speak the truth.
Right.
But
Just,
you know,
just like Uncle Snoop when he called homegirl a funky dog haired bitch.
which chick?
What's the bitch name?
Tom Lauren.
No.
Oh, because I know that.
Gail King, man, when she sat up there. Let me tell you why I was offended by this. When Kobe died. First of all, it wasn't just Kobe that died. It was some other people and their children in there.
Yeah.
That's number one. Again, it wasn't just Kobe that died. It was his daughter. Now, we both fathers. Yours are from your loins. I'm standing in the gap for somebody else. You understand what I'm saying? Either way, if you're in a dangerous situation, and you know when you're in one of these situations, you ain't gonna make it out of it. And your daughter's there. You gonna grab her and hold her close to you. You know what's about to happen, but you want her to have as much comfort as possible. You ain't even thinking about yourself. All I could think is Kobe's daughter was in his arms. I'm not the only person that thought about this, you know, so I'm not saying I'm some kind of special person, but I just kept thinking like, damn, that man, The man had his baby in his arms. And this woman, another black woman, let me rephrase, another black person decided to sit with one of his friends and bring up a case that he had already won. He beat the case. The evidence, they proved that the girl was lying. She had 19, 20 different goddamn semens in her panties. You understand what I'm saying? So either she was nasty and didn't wash her shit, or the bitch went on a fuck spree. But I just thought it was fucked up. Well, Snoop say what he got to say. She went out of her way to disrespect that man, disrespect his daughter, disrespect his wife.
Right.
Disrespect anybody alive who loved him down to the fans, because his family's more important. My man said what he said. I don't give a fuck what he called her. And they put him on an apology spree, man. It's like, what the fuck did he say wrong?
Yeah.
You know, we could say, hey, it's how he said it or whatever, but, you know, without getting too long-winded, man, that's what they do, man. They try to castrate you when you tell the truth, man. You know, apparently, that just happened with homie from Shark Tank, man.
Which one?
Damon John.
Oh, what'd he do?
Apparently, man, he tweeted out some support for Minister Farrakhan and took that shit down like 2 seconds later.
Yeah. Yeah, they hate the minister because, they hate what he knows. They hate when he tells the truth. And they hate that they can't, nothing you can do can cancel fucking Farrakhan.
Right. 65 motherfucking years of being in service to your people. You know, ain't nobody all right, but at the same time, that's got to stand for something.
Oh, yeah.
Al Sharpton is nobody's favorite person. Jesse Jackson. But these cats fought the battles. They may not have fought them the way we liked. They may have got a couple dollars out of it, but they was there. You understand what I'm saying? So that's something's got to be said for that shit. But you know, it's always this fucking Farrakhan litmus test. And like my dude said it. It says Shark Tank star Damon John apologizes, deletes tweet praising Farrakhan at DMX funeral. That's what it was. And my dude was like, damn, man, they can get a millionaire to flip like that.
Deep.
I'm like, look at the company he keep. Watch Shark Tank. That'll tell you who his company is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, the people that run media in this country are of a certain religious group that has been at odds with Farrakhan for a long time. And anytime you bring up Farrakhan, then you get canceled. Arsenio.
Right.
Shit, it happens every time somebody brings up. They kicked old boy off of YouTube. A couple years back?
Who was that?
Farrakhan.
Oh, they kicked him off all the social media. Snoop stood tall. Snoop got in everybody's ass for that shit. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? And it's 100, man. You got all these motherfucking, white supremacist motherfuckers online, threatening motherfuckers, and hey, you go at a 80-something-year-old man who ain't been nothing but in the business of uplifting his people for 65 years. Come on, man. It's something to be said about that shit.
How many times nobody canceled Prince Harry? Dressed up with swastikas on.
Right.
Farrakhan has never, ushered a genocide. Right. He never, gassed a bunch of people. He never threw anybody in the oven.
Right.
But you throw on a swastika and you good,
You throwing a swastika, you get an actress, you get welcomed into this country because you fucked up with your family over there.
Yeah, you get some of that Tyler Perry dick.
Right. Say fucking with Medea.
Yeah.
You fucking with Medea,
motherfucker.
Yeah, man.
It's a weird dynamic that in media, what's allowed, what isn't allowed, and the shit that they let slide and let you know that if you black, it ain't working.
Right.
What the fuck you want when you have a different color? You got the complexion for the protection. Ah,
There
damn,
you
I'm
go.
stealing all of Paul Mooney shit today. Brother got some wisdom, though, man. Paul Mooney
Yeah,
is
he
deep,
did.
fucking deep, man. I love it.
He had a way of putting it.
Oh, yeah.
They're black Samoan, and nothing but Samoan niggas.
Hey,
You
man.
understand?
It's all the fucking truth.
Right. Hawaiians, niggas.
Puerto
Puerto
Ricans ain't
Rican,
nothing but niggas that can swim.
right? Ain't nothing but niggas that can swim. I mean, shit.
Man, that dude. Hilarious.
What that he said? He said everybody mad at Chris Brown. No one Rihanna whipped that boy's ass. And she did. That's what started it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Hey, but dig it though. So before we get it, before we get to what's the brother's name over in North Carolina?
Oh, shit. Yeah. And let me find this shit.
Was it Elizabeth City?
Andrew Brown.
Andrew Brown. Okay. Was it Andre or was it Andrew?
New York Times has this Andrew.
Okay. What you think about they got like 35 bills out there. They're calling it anti-trans legislation, but they're calling it what is this shit called? Hold on, you got this shit is a trip. Hold on. It's called the Mississippi Fairness Act. They signed it in the legislation. Governor Tate Reeves signed it into law. Mississippi Fairness Act, the law prohibits schools from allowing transgender female students to compete in female sports and cites inherent differences between men and women. This comes from NPR. You got a researcher saying this wave of bills, these bills have no basis in science. Because apparently it's like 35 bills out there. And it's another one for transgender health care. I think 3 states already adopted the shit. So it's a big no-no as far as the medical care. And as far as the sports shit, Mississippi adopted it, and it's like 35 other states, the shit is under review. Excuse me.
White men get whatever the fuck they want.
Look. Wait a minute. Alabama governor. This is one day ago. Alabama governor signs anti-transgender athlete bill into law. Mm-hmm. A Connecticut court case has set off a flood of bills to limit transgender rights across the nation. See, this is the thing, man. Now, it's funny when you hear women call out men. You hear women call out men all the time. Clarissa Shields was just talking about she can whoop a male boxer's ass, and she called out, I think, Keith Thurman specifically. Now she's a great boxer, but Keith Thurman is a different animal. Most of these guys are different animals. But my thing is, she's switching over to MMA. Why don't she get in the ring with Fallon Fox?
The fighting's all about buzz, man. It's all about buzz. If you don't have the buzz, then you're not getting paid for the person. I can get that aspect of it, but yeah, you're right, man. I mean,
you don't think that would pull numbers? Clarissa Shields, she's already a name, but then you know who this motherfucker is. This the skull cracker.
Yeah.
So my thing is, if you this good against these dudes, why don't you fight? You know what I mean? Because my thing is this: I understand it, I get it. It's coming from these girls who getting their asses whipped in all these sports. Across the board, these motherfuckers ain't winning.
Mm-hmm.
These organic or females ain't winning.
Mm-hmm.
They losing at all this shit now. And they trying to say it's discrimination, but like, damn, man. We know what it is.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know what it is. It's going to be hilarious when Caitlyn Jenner becomes the first female governor of California.
It ain't happening.
Think about that. Yeah, it's gonna fucking happen. It's fucking California.
It ain't gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
It ain't gonna happen. You want to know why?
Why's that?
I think people learn their lesson. One, let's just take Jenner out of it.
Mm-hmm.
They learned their lesson from Arnold Schwarzenegger. These motherfuckers here, my old lady and some other people, they feel like he fucked up California. And they feel like he fucked it up good. I can't give you the exacts, but she went over this shit. There's so much shit she feels like that he did, and a lot of people, from what I understand here, they not falling for that same banana in the tailpipe with voting for a motherfucker just because they're popular. And as far as like that population who might vote for him, there's two things there. One, they voted down gay marriage here when the bill initially went out. Number two, that motherfucker's conservative. You remember when he spoke against gay marriage. Jim spoke against gay marriage, and everybody was like, well, everybody was confused as fuck. Like, wait a second. I think the motherfucker said it on Ellen.
This is the type of shit that you can't really say, but it's the fucking truth. Up until the 70s, that shit was listed as a mental illness.
Well, that's a fact. You can say it.
Yeah.
It's that and a slew of other shit.
Yeah. I mean, but it shouldn't surprise anybody when this motherfucker start talking crazy.
Say that again.
It shouldn't surprise anybody when this motherfucker start talking crazy. You got a grown-ass man dressed up like a woman, still got his dick, against gay rights, don't want gay marriage.
Hey.
Like, it's so fucking nuts. Like, this is the shit that you can only find on TV.
Let me say this. If two gay people want to get married, I don't give a fuck about it. That's their business.
I don't care. Yeah.
Like, that's their business. But for me, when that motherfucker of all people said it, I was like, wait a minute, man. This motherfucker's an agent. Like, you right. That's the craziest shit. Like, you just shit on your whole so-called community.
Mm-hmm.
But you expect them same people to take you serious when you get on stage and talk about your rights. That motherfucker ain't gonna make it, man. I doubt it. I doubt it. I just don't see it, man. It sounds good, but first of all, that whole family is not very much so. They're not really well liked. I think the younger generation got a thing for them.
You think so?
Man, that goddamn show been on for I don't know how many seasons. When they said how long, I was shocked. It's been over. Keeping Up with the Kardashians has been on for over 10 years.
Yeah, it went from Chloe looking like a goddamn Wookiee to looking like a plus size Kim. That shit takes time.
Hey, look. Every time we see this bitch, we like, man, she did something else to her face.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she don't even look like the same motherfucker.
She don't look like her daddy no more. She don't look like OJ.
Yeah, that's where I was about to go. That's where I was about to go. That motherfucker, that motherfucker do look like the juice.
Oh, she does.
She used
She
to.
does. Yeah, big giant, look like she can run over motherfuckers. Man, look. Y'all don't believe that Chloe is not fucking OJ's daughter. Put the number 32 on this bitch. I'm telling you, splitting image.
That bitch look like she was in the Naked Gun 33 in the third.
Yeah. She could rush for 1,000 yards in a season.
I'm telling you, that bitch looked like she was in the back of a Bronco, trying to get away from some bullshit. That motherfucker, and I never thought about it. Look, it's a cat who broke that whole situation down as to why OJ actually was innocent.
You think OJ was innocent? Or, well, I'm sorry. Somebody thinks OJ was innocent?
Let me say this. I'll give you my true feelings when we're not on the air.
Okay.
But I will say this. The cat got a good ass argument. He's from LA, and he brought up the Mezzaluna restaurant. He brought up the fact that there were 2 other murders in the exact same fashion around the same time that Nicole Brown and Ron Gold. It was Ron Goldman, right?
Right.
And Ron Goldman were murdered. The exact same style of murders, but they never made the media. It was 2 other murders. And apparently it all had to do with this. He mentioned this mob restaurant called the Mezzaluna restaurant in L.A. Mm-hmm. Said it was a big time mob restaurant. I don't know if it's still open or what, but he said that had a lot to do with it. He mentioned, blood samples, certain blood samples ending up with chemicals in them, so that they couldn't use the shit.
Okay.
There was a whole bunch of other shit. Plus, one of his biggest arguments was, Ron Goldman apparently was a fighter. Motherfucker scrap. But he was like, when they, during the autopsy, they said that he had defensive wounds and shit for where he was trying to defend himself. And they looked like he was saying that the dude was seriously scrapping. And they say OJ didn't have any marks or nothing on him. Another thing he brought up was, he was like, apparently OJ, I guess, was headed somewhere. Like before the murder, he was supposed to be in some other part of the country. And he had a piece of audio that I guess they try to scrub the internet of, and they were saying that he was obsessed with her, and he wasn't. They said the one time when he came over and he was cussing her out, you could hear him in the background saying, "Yo, you over here sucking dick with my kids here." Apparently she wasn't no fucking angel. So I'm going to say this. Whether or not the man is guilty or innocent, he won a trial. What's my man's name? Who was his lawyer? Johnny Cochran got him off. He won. And just like they tell us to respect, like when Zimmerman got off, they told us to respect the judgment, respect the jury. They didn't do the same shit with him. They turned around and got him years later. Everybody would say shit like, "Oh, the juice wasn't around black people and this, that, and the other." And I always said, well, what did the Jews do or say to hurt black folks? Now, if you want to fast forward, this is where I do have a problem with the Juice at. Lil Boosie just went in on him.
Yeah.
Because apparently this motherfucker had the nerve to tell LeBron James to shut up and dribble. Mm. And I'm like, bro, after all the shit you've been through and all the shit you lost, you should shut the fuck up and enjoy your life nice and quietly. Don't say shit. Like, kissing white ass ain't gonna get you in any more doors anymore. That's just me.
I get that. But, here we are talking about OJ again when nobody gives a fuck about OJ. And, he's trying to make some social media money,
Think
if
about it.
OJ's not relevant and OJ's not getting some extra cash, that's what this whole game is about, man. It's
Right,
creating
right.
some buzz.
You know.
There's certain shit that you shouldn't sell out for, I guess it would be the term. But you talking about OJ Simpson? I'm talking about the motherfucker. He's been selling out for years, So
Well,
what's
let me ask you
another
this.
comment?
Do you really think that he's been selling out?
I don't know. I mean, but that's their perception. I don't give a
Right.
fuck enough about OJ to
Right.
to pay attention to this nigga. But the common consensus out there is that he's a huge fucking sellout, and for him to go out and
Right.
say some sellout shit, just for views or likes or fucking whatever, it just fits the mold.
It's that Jenner shit, huh? It's that Jenner that just say some shit, huh?
Yeah, just say some shit. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like I don't think about the motherfucking either. I just saw that story pop up, and I was thoroughly amazed that this motherfucker out of all people is telling LeBron to shut up and dribble. You know,
Yeah, it's fucking nuts.
It's, right. It's like we have seriously entered into bizarro world when OJ Simpson is telling us like, motherfucker, there ain't no jobs on Sports Center. Barkley got that covered. You ain't look, homie. Leave it be, Nick.
Hey, that old boy is also in that club where they didn't have the right helmets either. And, he's playing football for a lot of goddamn years. He's old. He probably got dementia sitting in along with CTE. You can't control what the fuck comes out of your mouth. You probably got some traumatic Tourette's. I don't even know if that's a real thing, man, but it sounds good. And he's trying to supplement his income with fucking social media money.
Did this nigga come out and say, write a book if I did do it?
Yeah, he did. He did. I don't even know if it got published, man, but he cashed that check for the check they give you before they fucking write the book. I can't even think
advance.
of it. Yeah, he cashed the
advance
check.
money. Yeah. Hell no.
Whatever, man. It's choose who you pay attention to. OJ just ain't on my goddamn radar. Fuck him.
I don't pay attention to a lot of these motherfuckers because you know what? Who's genuine nowadays besides the MERCs, besides the three the hard way? Who the fuck is genuine?
Hey man, who's gonna stay genuine once that cash starts flowing in?
There you go.
Who's gonna stay genuine? You see it all the time, and we just talked about Nick Cannon.
So well, let me say this. This is what I say about Nick. Because I think Nick was in between a rock and a hard place. I think a lot of what Nick was thinking about, besides himself, I think he was thinking about everybody that he employed. And I think that actually came up was like he employed a lot of people. He was putting a lot of motherfuckers on. Mm-hmm. And I think that he thought about that. But my whole thing is Brethren shouldn't have put himself out there like that if he wasn't going to stand on the shit. Because he went off the deep end. Again, if you watch that shit, like we talked about, Griff just sat there and let him do his thing. Mm-hmm. So, he shouldn't have jumped out that window like that. But, I just try to, I'm not really in the habit of throwing brothers away, man. We got enough shit going on. And unless you fucked up, man, it's like, certain motherfuckers deserve the benefit of the doubt, man. I don't want to just throw Nick away because Nick does a lot, man. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
I fuck with Nick Cannon.
Yeah.
I think he made the right decision twice.
Yeah.
You're looking at the long game here,
Right.
Yeah, I guarantee you, once he's able to stand out on his own,
right.
after he's done fucking with this whatever shows they took away from him,
right.
once he's got enough paper to stand on his own, you'll hear exactly what the fuck is on his mind.
You think you motherfuckers?
Yeah. He might have just had to take a step back and be like, you know what? Let me not fuck up my paper.
Right.
Give me another 2 years, nigga.
Right.
Let me
10
let
more
me get-
million. 10,
Yeah.
10 more million.
Yeah,
And I'm going to tweet on you niggas.
yeah, yeah.
I'm going to Donald Trump you niggas.
Yeah. Maybe he just doesn't have fuck you money yet, and that's what he's working on.
Yeah. Hey, man, what's going to happen when the 3 the hard way, man, and the MERCs start getting paper?
We ain't never
we
gonna
gonna-
get no paper, man.
Are we going to be called 3 the easy way?
We ain't never gonna get no paper. Just look at the shit we talk about. Nobody's ever gonna pay us. That's what I'm saying, man. We run the only podcast that's gonna lose money over time.
Nah, man.
Oh shit, yeah.
No, brother.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
believe that? Don't believe that, man. I think.
Hey, look, I'd love to have dreams and aspirations of
man.
sitting on a beach with a cocktail and my woman, but not from the podcast money, not from my views and opinions.
Listen, man. This is just your therapy, huh?
That's pretty much, man.
Motherfucker, we
Man,
got
I don't like the
90
content that's on TV, so I'm creating my own.
We got 99 subscribers, man. Don't do that.
98, one of them left us.
We picked one back up. I'm looking at it now.
Oh, you the motherfucking man. Whoever that is, the 99 subscriber, thank you. You know what? We're going to have to do a giveaway.
Right.
We're going to have to do a giveaway. We're on that track to 1,000 subscribers to monetize this channel, and I'll give away a fucking bottle of Hennessy.
Hey,
That's all I got, nigga. I don't have money for anything else.
I give you 2 boxes of pierogies, man.
Yeah, a box of Hennessy and I guess limited edition menthol cigarettes because they're about to pull that shit off.
Did you see that shit?
They're about to pull menthol off the menu, bro.
What did the article say? It's going to be beneficial to the black community. What if that's how they getting back at black motherfuckers? What if they being petty because of the Chauvin trial?
Take menthol away from them. See how they act after that.
God damn it. Newport, Marlboro menthols. What's the other ones?
Shit, I don't even know, man.
Oh man, hold on. This is another one. I used to smoke these motherfuckers, man. Hold on.
Newports with the shit.
Oh man, Newport. Hold on, brands. You got the Cools,
Oh yeah, cool.
Newports. They take all that shit. Oh, y'all bitches. Oh, y'all want to do this? You bitch made sellout ass punk motherfuckers. All the menthols is gone. The Cools, the Newports, Marlboro ain't making menthol no more. Oh man,
Yeah.
Look. Hey, it wasn't like a menthol, boy. Oh,
What the fuck is with menthol? Why is that in cigarettes?
man, look, I don't know, but let me tell you something.
Probably causes asthma.
Probably when you out there in the field, man, and it's hot as hell, and you just sitting there, and after you done live fired, ain't nothing like sitting on your motherfucking K-pot, pulling out a menthol and just sitting, just looking out in the distance.
Then like launching a couple mortars and then sitting back to a cool.
You
100
goddamn right.
What do I
Motherfucker.
enjoy after targeting a small village?
Right.
Menthol
Menthols.
100s.
Hey, we should make that commercial. After killing insurgents all day, I'd like to unwind with menthol cigarettes and non-alcoholic beer.
It's a smell of victory.
Right. Look, man.
I love the smell of Newports in the morning.
Look, cats used to be just like in the motherfucking, you ever watch them war movies?
Mm-hmm.
The motherfucker have his cigarette and he on patrol. That's just how motherfuckers was. We sitting up there, I don't think I did. I think I got some snuff that time. Yeah. We was pulling patrol. We was guarding this alley and shit, making sure nobody snuck through that motherfucker. Hey man, give me a square. Man, all I got is Copenhagen. Give me some of that nasty shit. But it's just a high stress job, man. What you expect people to do? But
Yeah.
Yeah, man,
I mean,
that's a petty, huh?
you asking a young man to put his life on the line for some shit that he don't give a
Right,
fuck about, for
right.
$800 a month. Yeah, yeah.
Let's say it again. That's
You asking a
$800 a
young
month.
man to put his life on the line for some shit that he don't give a fuck about
Right,
for $800 a month.
right.
Yeah, yeah. That's stress. And the
Right.
only thing that relieves stress is a cool menthol 100.
Cool menthol 100 and a Mickey's Ice. Nothing like a big mouth and a menthol, man. Oh shit, man. But yeah, man. Real shit, man. So what you thinking about this latest fucking incident, man, in North Carolina? What's your thoughts?
It's strange because we talked about this last night, and I used to live down there when I was stationed down there, and I don't recall seeing a large black community outside of there's an HBCU there, Elizabeth
Okay.
City College is down there, and that's HBCU.
Right.
But outside of that, man, I don't recall there being a large black community there. But looking at the census numbers, man, it's over 50% black. Maybe I'm just a shut in, but it looks like they just executed old boy. And they're prepared for a shitstorm. The autopsy came out today saying that he was shot
in the
5
back
times.
of the head.
Yeah, shot in the back of the head, and yeah, it just seems like these motherfuckers is rolling executions. I mean, but what else do you expect? I mean, that's just what some agencies do.
Let me ask you this
Goddamn
question.
shame.
What did they roll up on do for anyway? They said it was were they trying to say it was a drug stop or something like that?
Search warrant. They were executing a
Search
search warrant. Yeah, over
On
drugs.
him?
I think at his residence, and he was in the driveway.
Okay. So what the fuck did they do? They just walk up and start shooting?
That here's where these cops can write shit up and get away with this shit outside of body cameras. Like before body cameras, you shoot a dude in the car and they're like, oh, well, he tried to use his car as a weapon against us and to save the lives of myself and my officers. We had to shoot him. But then the body cam footage, now that we have that, you see that these motherfuckers been full of shit for a long goddamn time. And you kind of wonder how much of that shit how many of their atrocities got shelved because of good paperwork. In the police academy, they have classes on how to write reports to make yourself look not guilty.
Right.
It's the weirdest shit ever. You write it up right, and you are right. And who's going to argue against you? The person you just labeled a criminal. You just killed their credibility by having a search warrant for them. So you have a sworn officer against a known criminal. It's a crazy system. It's a really crazy system, and it's worsened because they strip the rights away from felons. These people can't vote, even though they've been locked up by a system that's designed to work against you. So you get people that get thrown in jail for fucking life over goddamn weed. And now these people can't even vote to change the legislation against goddamn weed.
Right.
It's.
You know what I also say? I also said this. It's funny that when they get out, they can't take part in the political process. But at the same time, while they're in, they're a part of the political process because they get used as part of different populations.
Yep.
When these motherfuckers want to get, votes or, you know what I'm saying, federal monies and shit. Oh, well, we count the motherfuckers in the prison.
Mm-hmm.
But that motherfucker might be from California, but you count him for, let's say he locked up in Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
You count him as part of the population. So I always thought that was fucked up, but it just makes you think about what it was like before the cameras.
Yeah.
Now, and look, let's not act like these motherfucking cameras are the end all, because they said the initial video that the family saw was 20 seconds of highly edited shit. They said that motherfucker was so edited. You know what I'm saying? So just imagine what it was like. I mean, you think about it. They caught the Indian. Matter of fact, it was two of them that got caught around the same time. The bitch that worked in the forensics lab.
Yeah, that Indian chick, the cross-eyed one, had them Cookie Monster eyes.
Yes, sir.
She was fucking up all them labs.
It was two of them. There's the documentaries on Netflix. It was a white girl that was doing the same exact shit. They both had drug problems, and they had to take a look at like hundreds of cases because they were falsifying shit. They was just falsifying evidence and all kind of shit. You know it. Look, man, it beats you up.
Mm-hmm.
It beats you up, man. Like I try to look at all these different things, man. For me, I said this on the show. And it wasn't just him, but especially Tamir Rice. When the baby couldn't get justice, you start looking at it makes it hard to look at this other shit.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, hey, man, it was a drug stop. But he was unarmed. And if he got shot in the back of the fucking head, then why didn't the motherfucker and, these guys who do these mass shootings, just because they put the gun down and put their hands up, how is it these motherfuckers never end up dead? I mean, we know what it is, but we play these games as a country. You know what I'm saying? The same as we play the game of, do men inherently have an advantage over women? And they did the polls, and damn near every fucking body was like, hell yeah, they do.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to, our people was just like, oh man, they had a warrant. They had this. So that meant he, like you say that shit like he was supposed to die. Like, it just, the logic is just these fucking people, you know what I'm saying? It's fucking lunacy. So just imagine, like, there was a judge, or no, it was a lawyer, prosecutor. They had evidence to prove the dude was innocent. He withheld that shit. He wouldn't allow, like, I think he held on to the evidence. He got like a week in jail.
Mm-hmm.
After this guy did all this. Think about it, man. It's something going on in this country where people continually question the integrity of black people, and they continually just, peg you as this criminal. But yet and still, every year you see a motherfucker get out after 30, 40 years for some shit he didn't do.
Yeah. Yeah. It happens all the time.
It's brother after brother. And they so happy to be out, man. They crying. I'd be like, man, fuck every one of you. Give me my goddamn money. I'm going to get a fucking mobile home, and I'm going to live on the beach.
Man, this is a capitalist society.
Yeah.
And this is capitalism at its finest. You have people with enough money to influence politics.
Right.
And, you never question why the police are agents of capitalists.
Right.
They throw these motherfuckers in jail because private prisons collect a lot of money. There's a lot of money in jailing folks.
Right.
This is what it is, man. I think a lot of times it disproportionately affects black people because we are a reflection of poverty in this country.
Yeah.
Just from generations of oppression. But in all reality, man, it's a war on poor people. It's a war between poor and rich people, and it
That's the
just
truth.
happens to affect black people way more than it does
Right.
anyone else.
Right.
But this is what you get, man. And there's no ethics in business, so you can't expect ethics
There it
in
is.
any parts of the criminal justice system because it's
Right.
based on capitalism.
Right.
It's a lost cause. Once you throw money into something, you're not going to get the money out of it. You're not going to be able to take capitalism out of the criminal justice system. You're not.
Right.
Now, there's too much money and too much political influence. It's just going to get progressively worse. It's going to get faster and harder, and it's going to be ugly.
The robots should have coming. Shit is about to be OCP, son.
You ain't lying. You saw the robotic security and shit. I mean, we talked about that last
We
year.
did, yeah.
This shit's coming.
Do
It's coming.
you see the little robot dogs and shit?
Yeah. Yeah.
Look, man. How do you think this trial's gonna go, man?
For
This last one. I mean,
the one in North Carolina?
yeah, this ain't the first time. Remember in North Carolina where the other brother got shot. He was running away.
Yeah.
It was. I think his shit was over child support. And the guy said he reached for his gun or a taser and he shot him in the back. And they put the motherfucking the soft motherfucker up there. The black dude, they put him up there, and he was in charge of the jury. Come to find out, he had shit on him. He was fighting some cases, and they found him motherfucking innocent.
Mm-hmm.
There's not enough evidence to. I know people think they saw, but they're like, you got to understand what's going on here, man. They're literally telling people what the fuck they saw. That's why I said, man, them cameras ain't the end all.
No.
They're literally telling you what you saw.
Yeah.
Just like with Chauvin, again, we saw a motherfucker get choked to death with a knee, and they said it was exhaust and distractions and all this. So ain't no telling what these judges gonna be on, man. Because you saw in the Chauvin trial, dude was like, "Oh, Maxine Waters is opening this up for an appeal because she made a fucking statement."
Yeah. Yeah. Of all the fucking shit that's surrounding this guy.
Right.
And fuck these dudes, man.
Right.
There's no
Yeah.
there's no winning in there. You're just all fucking screwed.
Hey, man. Hey.
Just wait, because you're next unless you get on the fucking bandwagon.
Shit.
Yeah.
I don't put myself around him, motherfucker.
It's we're at the point now where it's like either Blade Runner or you're Citizen.
Hey, how cold is that shit?
Mm-hmm.
How cold is that shit? I mean, hey, and it doesn't help again that they always try to they find any reason to criminalize black folks.
Mm-hmm.
And people got this thing where it's like, oh, y'all playing a pity party in the race car. Oh, motherfucker, this is fucked up what motherfuckers is dealing with. I don't think it's a group of people that would want to be in our shoes.
Yeah, you as soon as you speak out about it, it's you're playing a race card. But redlining black communities, not playing a race card.
Right.
The influx of guns and drugs, COINTELPRO is not playing a race card.
Right. You could go on YouTube and you can find there's a guy on there. He was from Chicago. He said 2 times he was in the alley. They got a lot of alleys like California.
Mm-hmm.
He said 2 times he was in the alley. Texas got a lot of alleys. He said, and it was just a crate of motherfucking weapons. He said, and then it was just ammo and weapons sitting there. He said he saw it in I want to say 90 and again in 2000. I guess it's some train tracks by there. So it was just a crate of weapons just sitting there. But then when you think it's kind of like, it's all a trick. It's kind of like how they put that truck out there with all them goddamn Nikes
Like a bait car.
and left the door open to see who was gonna bite. They did that shit. And it's like people was like, "Yo, man, get that shit the fuck out of here."
Yeah.
And they called them on it. They made them get it out of there. It was like, man, it's a bunch of fucking kids. What if some kid go in there? You gonna arrest them for? You know, it's the world we live in is crazy, man. It's crazy, brother.
Hey, it's capitalism. It's
Yes,
capitalism. I mean, The Hill ran this story a couple of days ago, about a week or two ago, about how the FBI actually targets individuals with low IQ and creates terrorists just so they can increase their budget. You know, the more terrorism acts they have, or attempted terrorist acts, you know, it builds up a higher budget for the next year. So there was one individual in New York, a Muslim kid, had like an IQ of like 70, right? The FBI had one of their informants or whatever convinced this motherfucker that the U.S. government hated Muslims and that he should act on, you know, retaliate against the U.S. government. They provided him with fake bombs and shit. And then when he went to carry out the act, they arrested him, you know. And, you know, so here it is where they find an individual. They take advantage of his low IQ. They provide him with a plan, a bomb, the ways and means to carry out this shit, and then arrest him for it and then throw him in jail for fucking ever, just to say they're being tough on terrorism.
It's kind of like that shit. Create the problem, solve the problem.
Sounds like racketeering, doesn't it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's kind of like that shit. They said that when Hitler bombed, what was that?
The Parliament building.
Right. And that was his excuse to be able to go to Poland.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't shock me, man. It's some brothers been talking about that shit for years, man. Tariq Nasheed, Steve Coakley has been talking about it. Griff been talking about it. You know, a lot of times they would talk about it in terms of the whole MK Ultra shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But they also did say that. They said, as a matter of fact, one of the things that Tariq Nasheed was talking about on the show was, you know, this is not about whether, you know, what a person believes as far as what's going on with the Asian hate crimes. But what he was saying was the perpetrators. He said a lot of these cats were, you know, low IQ, cats with mental disabilities. He said all of these guys had on roughly the same colors. He said the cameras just happen to be on them where you can get clear visuals of who they are. And he said that's who this is a lot of times. Another thing they said, a lot of these guys are motherfuckers who might have a rap sheet or fighting a case. So they get them to do some dirt. You know, they pointed out like, hey, man, you ever wonder why motherfuckers like these hoods, like they know who the drug dealers are, but these motherfuckers they let them operate with impunity and just destroy these fucking neighborhoods. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think the average person realize how much they're being gamed. Like, me and you would be called some conspiracy theories. But then you start watching shit. Look, bust it. Even the show Them. Take all the goofy supernatural shit in there. Take all that shit away. You haven't seen it yet, have you?
I'm not gonna watch it.
Okay, don't. There was a portion of that. There was this. The opener was in this bank, And so the real estate agent was this woman who sold the black family the house in the neighborhood. So really, you didn't see much of her. You just knew she kind of was unsettled with what she was doing. So then they take her to the bank. So the guys who own the bank, they start breaking down redlining and shit. They like not teaching it, but they was like, yeah, over here versus over here versus over here. Well, it went even deeper. They said, yeah, if we, if you read, matter of fact, if you read this book, like if you read Sundown Towns, and I think there's one called The Color of Law by Sandy Darity. Tone Talks was promoting the book. I picked it up. But they go over the history. When these suburbs, when they first put these suburbs up, blacks were prohibited from buying homes in those suburbs.
Oh, yeah.
Well, in this show, you actually see it in the agreement, the contracts. It says something, I know this was for the movie or something, but it says something like you're prohibited from selling these homes to anybody of black ancestry, of black with black blood, whatever. Okay?
Yeah, that's on the deed to my dad's house.
Get the fuck out of here.
I bullshit you not.
On the north side?
Mm-hmm.
The one up with the upstairs
It's
we use
the
at?
house. Yeah.
Okay, so that just lends credence to what I'm saying. So bust it. All these white dudes in there to one white woman. What they were saying was they wanted to put the black families in there to lower everybody's value. They was lowering everybody's value. But it wasn't. It was the opposite reaction. Apparently, it was raising the value of these people's homes. But the fuck, they didn't know it. So, them thinking that the value was lower, they can get the cribs for cheap, and then, you know what I'm saying? So they was like, it was saying that they was fucking the white people over too. But you get people in this country that just believe one thing. They believe what they see. They believe a Tucker Carlson and a Bill O'Reilly and a Sean Hannity and all of these people, what they say about us, and that's all they care about, no matter what evidence you put out there. There's books on this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And they tell you you're lying. You just said it. But they'll tell you you're lying, what you're saying ain't true.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's amazing that it's this desire to believe that there is something wrong with everybody else other than yourself. I mean, it's a sick and twisted psyche, man.
Yeah. I mean, somebody's in it for the long game.
Yeah.
And
that goes back to what you said about the capitalistic aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, this shit is all a plan, man.
It's
All
wild.
a plan. Yeah, there is nowhere you can go. Yeah, there's nothing you can do, nothing you can say. You're just a fucking victim of it.
Think about it.
Perpetual.
Think
victim.
about it like that.
Shit just gets worse.
Think about that. You be like, God damn, this shit is tiring.
Mm-hmm. Like, there's not a place, there's very few places in this world you can go where white people aren't in charge.
Look, man, it don't even matter your status. Think about this shit again. LeBron, multi-millionaire. They spray painted nigger on his shit.
Yeah. It was the thing, you had to jump a fence to get to that motherfucker's house and run. Like there's probably a couple 100 yards before you get to the fucking house from the street.
Think about this shit. Here's some fucked up shit. Ronda Rousey's mother come out and say, yeah, my granddaddy was black. Mm-hmm. They spray painted nigger on Ronda Rousey shit. They sprayed. I know she was like, Mom, what the fuck did you? Look what you did.
Yeah.
Bitch, I was passing. How did they spray?
We almost had it all bred out of us.
Right. You open your mouth.
Yeah, opening your mouth.
What did it just say? Matter of but on a serious note, man, it's. Let me tell you something, man. We just found out that somebody on the board up here. Hold on, what did they say? Let me see something. Okay, my bad. Let me retract that. Somebody else said that shit was on there. Somebody spray painted her shit, but wait a minute, is that? Well, it looked like that. I don't think that's what it says. But look, man, I don't know shit. Fuck it. I forgot what I was about to say. Shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, it's some wild shit, man.
Always is. Always is.
Big time. Oh yeah. Where I was going with it was somebody we just found out like the little homeowners association, the little board. One of them motherfuckers had to be replaced because he got caught saying something, but they wouldn't tell nobody what it was. When I was working cable, there was a big glitch. Everybody, I think, in this certain area saw some shit on their TV screen. I was like, well, what the fuck was it? The boss was like, oh, no, nothing, man. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I found out what it said. It said, fuck niggers or all niggers must die. It came up on people's television screen. You know how those little this is an emergency message?
Yeah.
That shit came up like that. And I said, well, that's amazing. How else would he get in there if somebody at the company didn't do that shit? Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's just what it is, man.
Hey, they testing that system out for the purge.
Right. Now think about this. Right. Right. Now look, but on some seriousness, I mean, that's why it's kind of hard for me to sit up and watch shit. Where every other word is something negative. Like I get it. You ain't necessarily painting the greatest picture of your people, but I think that a lot of time that shit keeps things going. You know what I'm saying? Because most people, when they watch Sopranos, they think that Tony Soprano's a cool motherfucker. Well, along with that come his beliefs. You understand what I'm saying? So one of our favorite shows was what was that on Showtime, man? Ray Donovan. That whole dynamic between his dad with the father and then the black son and even the mother was just the weirdest shit.
Yeah.
He up there like, yeah, I don't too much care for, I'm not racist, I just don't care for black men much. I like the women, but I don't care for the men much. But you got a black son. And they got the black son doing all kind of bullshit. Mm-hmm. Played by Pooch Hall. He doing all kind of bullshit trying to be accepted by these motherfuckers. And they never really accept him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, and so I'm watching the show. Now, mind you, I think the show is a good goddamn show. Until you start paying attention to not only that dynamic, but then when the daughter bring her little black boyfriend home, Rafe loses his goddamn mind. Mm-hmm. Okay, that shit is over with. You still got to deal with dude and his son. Then they bring his old lady into it, and it's like, man, But and then I can't even get. But for me with that, you can only get but so mad at the writers and the directors. You look at the actors like, why would y'all even take these roles? I mean, I know you want to be in the business, but you ain't helping your people, man.
It might just go to prove that point. The Donovans were black Irish. That Moorish blood. And they're trying to breed that black out of them.
Man, look. Man, look. Hold on, what? That was in the show?
They're Black Irish.
Get the fuck out of here. Who? Where you get that
The
from?
Donovans.
On Ray Donovan?
Yeah, that's where you get all them fucking dark features and shit from in the Irish people. Yeah, this from the Moors.
No, I'm saying, did they say that shit specifically in the show?
Oh no, but that's the it's the truth behind it.
Right. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's so. I mean, I don't know. I'm on episode 2. I don't know how many episodes in the first season, but god damn, I hope the rest ain't like that. So I'm gonna try and keep pushing.
Yeah, white people know who's white,
There you go.
and they're not, and them Donovans aren't either.
Man, if black folks was to disappear, somebody else will be black next week. They get down to white people and be like, all right, we're going to start fucking with the Irish again. Mm-hmm. Shit.
Yeah. I mean, the world's
Yeah,
filled
man.
with brothers. What'd you say when you went to Thailand?
Was that about how you notice a lot of black features and shit? How most of those Thai were very dark skinned with dreads and shit.
Yeah. Same thing
Oh,
with
yeah.
Filipinos. You know.
Oh, the negritos.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was shocked in Thailand though, man. I'm like, fucking Lil Wayne everywhere.
That's deep because they got their own fucking racism too. You know, they treat them like niggas.
Oh, they do? Probably, yeah. You know, that's in all these countries though. I knew a dude from Panama. He said it's like that over there between the darks and the light ones.
Oh yeah.
Same thing in Brazil.
Yeah. I dealt with the same shit when I was in Costa Rica. Yeah, we had I linked up with some of the brothers from the Caribbean side of Costa Rica, and you know they're black. They are black. They speak Spanish, but they're black. You know, and we
Right.
were on the Pacific side. You know, they had just come over that way for vacation, and they, you know, we chopped it up for a little bit, and they're like, yeah, we got our own shit down here. You know, they talk about you know, how we're better dancers and shit. And, you know,
Right.
blase, blah, you know, all that shit. Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
same shit no matter where you go. And you get
Yeah.
all this shit from mass media.
Right. That man, look. I've been saying it. The media is a motherfucker, man. That's look. That's why I don't. Why? Think about it like this. Why is it that every time you see, I'm just gonna say this. I'm not gonna say any group of women specifically. I'm not gonna say a specific group. But have you noticed the change in women, period, with the advent of all of these reality shows? Not shit like The Real World. I'm talking about like all of these housewife shows.
I don't watch any of that shit. I
No,
can't.
no. Let me just say this, man. Living in Dallas, I seen that shit. Like these motherfuckers, and like I said, it's not just a specific group. You'd be like, what the fuck? That shit that's only on TV, but you got to get out in the world and work. You ain't going to be walking around drinking champagne and shit all day. Motherfuckers think it's a reality show, man.
Mm-hmm.
They just supposed to sit around all day and drink champagne, live off you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, man, TV got people fucked up.
Bad.
The
Real
television, yeah, it's like I don't, you know, I watch my little Netflix shit, you know, but even then, I don't really be on that shit too heavy, man.
You know, I had to unplug, man. I was
Yeah.
losing my fucking
You
mind
got
watching that shit every day. You know, during the pandemic. Well, I mean, I guess we're still in it, but just sitting in front of the TV all fucking day long, man.
Believe it or
Drove
not, I
me
never did
fucking
it.
Bananas, man.
I never did it.
Kudos to you, bro.
Because, like, look, man, when I was a kid, even a teenager, I used to be able to watch TV all day.
Mm-hmm.
I could watch movies 2 and 3 times. I can't do that shit like that no more, man.
Yeah.
And then when I watch TV, I just see some shit where I'm like, you think the Duck Dynasty motherfuckers, these real country motherfuckers, and then you see what these motherfuckers really look like.
Yeah.
you think Dog the Bounty Hunter like about to really whoop somebody ass, and you see Leland getting fucked up, and
Yeah. I
You
would
know.
have swore up and down Dog the Bounty Hunter was 6'2" and the baddest motherfucker on
Man,
the planet.
let me
until
tell you something.
You see him standing next to somebody else.
Because the name is cold. Dog, the Bounty Hunter. You like, oh, I don't want a dog coming for me. And you see this motherfucker, you like, oh, this. Why this nigga got this choker and all this Indian shit on? This bleached blonde ass hair.
Yeah.
This is my old motherfucker. And he got a new bitch already.
Does he? How she look? Yeah, she look better than Beth.
I don't know. Let me
Beth
see
was a little
something.
hard on the eyes, man.
Real goddamn hard.
She's hard on the waistline too.
Real goddamn hard. Let me see. Let me- Oh shit! Here it is. It just popped up.
Shoot it to me, bro.
Okay, I think this is the new one. Hold on. Damn, this cat had a lot of wire.
The dude like 70 years old.
Oh, let me see something. Wait a minute. I thought he had a new one. I saw something with that shit.
You ever think about bounty hunting?
Hold on. No, he got a fiance. Francine Fran or some shit. I used to think about that shit. But I heard about a cat getting fucked up doing that.
Yeah, I'm sure it happens.
You know, no, I just ain't, it ain't me, man. You know, why you ever think about doing it?
I thought about bail bonding, not the bounty hunting stuff though, man. It sounds like it's fun, but then again, you think about it like, unless you chasing motherfuckers like Dog did, you know, niggas that skipped out on like traffic court. That's not really something you really want to do, especially
Right.
not at my age. I'm not trying to tackle niggas no more. You know, like
Man,
if I
listen.
take the wrong fucking step down the steps, my knees hurt. I
Listen.
can't chase niggas like that no more.
This is my thing. You can't tell me that the only motherfuckers out there is weenies. At some point, they're going to run into some killers.
Yeah. Somebody's
Now-
not willing to go back to jail.
Right. Now, I'm going to say this. I fuck with, I said his name before. I fuck with Bounty Tank because him and his dudes go after whoever. They go after whoever. They'll walk up in the crowd of motherfuckers. But they not disrespectful. If they have to be, they will be. If you push them. But them brothers ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? And they come strapped. They ain't got no big super soaker full of fucking pepper spray. They got them things on them.
Yeah.
You know, and Dog, I mean, not Dog, Tank a big motherfucker. Tank, I told you, Tank has told plenty of motherfuckers, hey, man, I ain't no cop. We can take these cups off and I'll whoop your ass.
Yeah.
And when soon as he would get ready to pull them cuffs off, you see a big change in attitude.
Mhm.
But, nah, man, no, because like you said, man, you know, but then again, like, you know, these motherfuckers know who they're going after because it's somebody who they loan money to. You got to think about it unless they helping out. Because that's what happened with Tank. You know, somebody come to him, they might need 20 grand or whatever. He give them the 20 or however much they need. And he got to get him for the court date or he lose his money.
Yeah.
So he know the guys he dealing with, but his guys to me, they aren't the people we go after aren't these shriveled up ass meth heads. Like he's had some motherfuckers threaten him. They threatened his fucking daughter. You know, I think that was the cat Baby Neck. You know what I'm saying?
Baby neck.
Baby Neck. He was chasing this motherfucker for like the whole goddamn season.
Baby neck.
Baby Neck. I think Baby Neck. If I'm correct, Baby Neck mom was nuts. He kept knocking in her fucking door, and the bitch was going ballistic. But his shit get real because he's had cops fuck with him. Like, you're not a real cop. You don't need to be out here. You never watched Bonnie Tank, have you?
I think when the show first came on, you kicked me an episode. But yeah, I haven't watched it.
You would like it. You would like it. Check out. Just start with. Let me see. Probably try season 1 because he was just doing the shows here and there, but I think that he started putting them in the seasons.
Okay.
And yeah, try that shit. I think you would dig it. The cat went to school. He's a registered RN. Figured out he didn't want to be a nurse. Didn't like it. Became a bounty hunter. You know, he got an album out. Good dude, man.
He's got a what? Oh.
An album.
Is he
Yeah.
rapping or singing?
No, he rapping.
Okay. All right.
He rapping, and his music is actually pretty dope. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying?
All right.
But he's a good dude, man. He gives him a chance. Sometimes, man, depending on how they come at him, he'll just take him up there, clear the bond, or he'll get him an extension and let him go.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're a dick to him, he you know, he'll be a dick up to and include threatening to whoop your ass. He got another brother. He got another brother. You know, these guys almost remind me of motherfuckers from the Yo. But one of them don't say much. The other brother they all in lockstep, man. Bonnie Tank is a dope show, and I hope that it gets on one of the oh shit, man.
Maybe networks.
Yeah, not even a network. Just put it on like one of the streaming services like Netflix or some shit like that, Hulu, something like that. If he makes a major network, cool, but I just don't want it to water his shit down. You know what I mean? Because these motherfuckers be cussing. Bonnie Tank shit be hilarious. You gotta watch. It is all real shit though. They motherfucker, they be like, you ain't finna come back to my motherfucking house. We'll be here tomorrow night.
Yeah.
No, you won't. You bet not kick my motherfucking door in. That motherfucker come back the next night and kick that bitch off the hinges.
Yeah. That's the crazy thing about bounty hunting is when you fill out the bond and everything,
Yeah.
you sign away all your fucking rights. All of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it. Listen, and that's the thing. I ain't mean to cut you off. My bad, Cuddy. He be doing that shit. This motherfucker is look, every season, it's a few houses. He'd go in. They be like, get the fuck out. Man, I ain't got to go nowhere. This is my motherfucking house. Mm-hmm. No, it's not. He'd be like, it's in the contract. Mm-hmm. When you sign this bond, if this motherfucker jump bail, you defaulted everything.
Yeah. I
can do what the fuck I want to do. He just sat down in the bitch house. They be like, I'm going to call the cops. Go ahead, call the cops. Yeah. They motherfuckers show up. Unfortunately, it's nothing we can do. Mm-hmm. And so they get to cussing out the cops. Yeah, man. Yeah. He do that shit. He'll give a fuck who it is. But see, even with that, he try to cut people slack. But he says it. He's like, he said it's fucked up of you guys to jump bail like that, and your family's on the line for this money. Mm-hmm. I don't want to do it, but I know people know something, and I'm gonna harass your fucking family until they give you up. I will come back every fucking night. And on the first, he said, when I show up the first time, I'm not going to kick your door in. I'm going to be nice, and I'm not going to knock your shit in. But if you lie to me, I'm kicking your door in. And I'm going to keep coming back and kicking your door in until you keep it a buck. I'm like, God damn. Yeah. Get that nigga his money.
Yeah, it's a crazy game, man. And the craziest thing about it is, man, these dudes are insurance agents. They're licensed insurance agents, and that's all those bonds are. It's fucking insurance. It's weird, man. I saw they were talking about getting rid of bail bonding.
They were. You're not even allowed to use the name bounty hunter. You have to say you're a bondsman or some shit.
Okay.
I think you can't even say you're a bounty hunter. I don't understand why they want to get rid of this shit, but
because Well, it disproportionately affects poor people.
Okay, because I know they said they were trying to get rid of the cash bond service or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah.
But
And it's another thing where it's just not fair across the board. You get a person released on their own cognizance, and then you have somebody else that $2 million bail.
Right.
And then you got to come up with $200,000. Yeah, it's
you broke, you work at McDonald's, and they like, yeah, 200,000.
yeah.
Yeah, what?
Justice
Fuck, I
system is
can't afford
weird.
this.
Yeah.
Look, man, it's fucked up that they try to say that the law is what is fair and balanced, but
Yeah.
a nigga did a crime and he'd get off just because of the money he got.
Mm-hmm.
But what's that shit you were saying? It's like every crime has a fee, like or
Yeah. There's
fine?
some you look at the sentencing on a lot of shit. It's like it's either 2 years in jail and or a fine. It's nuts. So you can pay your way out of a lot of shit. Yeah.
what if that shit was like murder, nigga, life in jail, and or $10 million.
Yeah. That's where that fuck you money comes in. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Affluenza.
It's a lot of shit. Man, it's a lot of shit we aren't hip to in this country. I firmly believe it. I'm not just gonna save in black people. I'm gonna just say, motherfucker, if you ain't rich, you poor.
Mhm.
Middle class, you just comfortable poor.
Mhm.
But if you can't go the same places all these other motherfuckers goes to, you just comfortable poor. But yeah, man, it's Minister Farrakhan was talking about mathematics. I would have to find this. It fucked me up. And I'm going to find this one for you, but he was speaking on how it's taught to us versus how it's taught to other people. And, it's an interesting one, but it's along the lines of what we're talking about. You'll dig it.
All right. Yeah, you're going to have to shoot me that shit when you get it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, all right, Cuddy, man, I got to get ready to take my daughter to her little class.
All right, bro.
All right.
Yes, sir. Another motherfucking merch with mics. In the
Mercs
books.
with goddamn mics. In the books, goddamn it. Don't worry, we bring the comedy back soon. It's just, goddamn it, it's a lot of serious shit going on in the world, man.
Yeah, it's hard to make jokes out of some of this shit.
It's
Man.
very much so, man. And that's sad, too, because that's what we do, whether we on or off the mic. We love to make jokes, but goddamn it.
Yeah.
It's just, when you hear about a brother catching one in the back of the head.
Another, this. Fuck.
Right. How do you make a joke?
Yeah.
So, well, look, Cuddy, it's been real. Fire Team Bravo, Mercy, Michael, God damn it. We can fight the evil once again.
Peace, brother.
Peace, Cuddy.
MERCs with mics, 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 MERCs with mics.